This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by bullet-necklace.com.
Get a muffler!
I'm standing here with Kurt from New Hampshire, and you've got something on your mind. Tell me about it.
Well, I just was out here flag waving, and I realized that this will be my third time voting for Ron Paul. I got to vote for him in '88 and 2008, and now 2012, and if I have to write him in again.
Do you think that Ron Paul would be capable, or that public servants can interact with the public in a manner that's sort of like a win-win solution for both?
I think that Ron Paul is probably the person who could do it best because of the repeal. Getting rid of bureaucracy is pretty much the only thing a public servant can do that helps everybody. It's inefficient. The people who used to be bureaucrats can get productive work. The people who used to pay their fees and or their salaries and taxes get cuts in their taxes, and the level of voluntary interaction goes up. I consider that a win for absolutely everybody.
Now, you voted for him in '88, then I take it, as when he was a Libertarian Party candidate. I hadn't even heard of him back then.
I didn't know much, but at the time I realized that the Reagan Revolution wasn't working. The difference between rhetoric and results was so obvious. Mm-hmm. Nobody goes into government promising to cut and then raises everything and doesn't at least have some people realize that there's something wrong here. I saw someone talking about Ron Paul as he's a betrayer of the Reagan legacy because he quit the Republican Party in disgust. Well, yeah, I would have too.
No, Reagan was a betrayer of the Reagan thing.
If Reagan had followed his rhetoric, we would have had Ron Paul effectively that time. But he didn't. He got in, and his administration took over, raising everything. There wasn't a government department that didn't have its budget raised during that period. Even the ones he promised to cut. And, well, I'll be honest, if Ron Paul does the same thing, I'll be mad at him too. Mm-hmm.
Well, Reagan, he took a bullet, and it may have had something to do with it. I don't know.
Well, I think the bullet came later. That wasn't before he was elected. That was after a couple of years.
Oh, well, 6 months, actually, I think.
6 months?
Yeah.
He wasn't, I don't think it was an intimidation factor for him. As a person, I think he was a perfectly good person. But I think he fell into the trap of thinking government can solve problems.
Well, I think he thought it was more important to get rid of the Soviets than to do maybe some other things.
Yes.
And taking the Soviets out of the picture was done pretty effectively.
Yep.
But I can't advocate any government program, even that. All right. Thanks, Kurt.
An honor and a pleasure.
So you guys are new movers?
Yep.
Welcome home. Welcome to New Hampshire. How long ago did you get here?
3 or 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Anything else you want to tell me?
Well, it's pretty awesome here in Manchester, actually. People are just really friendly. There's tons of restaurants and bars around here. Drink specials every night. That's always great. And just a lot of community, so it's pretty great.
Good.
If you're looking for downtown living, then don't just check Craigslist and rent.com and all that. You got to actually walk around the historic district. There's a lot of for rent signs, and you're not going to find those online. So, plus they're also they're owned by real people instead of faceless entities. So you'll kind of have a personal relationship with your landlord or landlady. So that's the biggest tip I would give out.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, sure thing.
When authoritarians see guns and ammo, their panties get bunched. Why not speed the process along? Wear your rights around your neck. Bullet-necklace.com. The URL says it all. Not legal in all states. Banned in North Korea. 10% of purchase proceeds go to Free Talk Live's amplifier programs. Bullet-necklace.com.